superhero Critic, and I'll stay super as long as you stay awesome.
And I am the girlfriend that deals with her staying super.
While holding my pussy. That being said, it's St. Patrick's Day!
Originally releasing in 1993, the Leprechaun franchise blew up Jennifer Aniston's career. The series focused around a murderous leprechaun obsessed with getting his gold back from anyone who would take it from him. The franchise would have 6 films under Trimark Pictures and 2 films under Lionsgate, and one was partly distributed with WWE and had Hornswoggle as the new Leprechaun.
In 1993, Trimark Pictures released a small 8-page comic prequel to the first film, but it is extremely rare to find and is known for having terrible artwork. By 2008, with the reboot, Blue Water Productions would announce a series that would be a unique story following the King Leprechaun battling his rival race. The series would be written by Zach Hunter and illustrated by Chris Carter. Let's dig into the first issue of the Leprechaun comics. The cover is simplistic and showcases the leprechaun essentially screaming and or laughing, while it's in front of what looks like it's just a light beam of yellow and white. It's not really anything spectacular, and it's just extremely bland and boring.
Okay, so when I first saw this cover, it went, oh, coloring page, to, alright, I guess someone in the sketch department there took the term golden shower a little too literally. So it's either a coloring book, or someone's a pervert. Potentially both.
Don't be fetish shaming.
I'm not kink shaming, I'm just saying it maybe shouldn't be on the cover of a comic book. Or at least do it better. That's the real crime here.
Or at least give us boobs.
Boobs are good.
We open with our human character playing an RPG when a rainbow portal opens up with a random body teleporting into it.
Can we just talk about the use of the word frack here?
Can we talk about how dirty his room is?
Speaking of the room, can we talk about the random Vincent Price cameo? Vincent deserves better than this.
Apparently we can't talk about any of it!
We don't talk about copyright strikes.
It ends up being our leprechaun who slowly faints as Ethan questions why he's so hurt. We then go to a dream sequence of leprechauns being brutally murdered and skewered as the king tries to rally his troops. Prepare yourselves, my people. Death will not take us today. They will regret the day they made war upon the leprechaun. We will get our lucky charms.
I don't think that leprechaun wants the cereal. He might want some other Lucky Charms.
He will do lucky harm.
The leprechaun awakes and swipes in defense at Ethan before passing out again. We then time jump to a couple days later where Ethan has been taking care of him like a hurt pet. He's grateful and promises not to harm Ethan, but then reveals he knows who he is and that Ethan has one of his gold coins.
I love gold!
Finds the coin the leprechaun wants, telling him he bought it off of eBay to impress a girl that he's learning Celtic. He then questions how he even knew who he was or where he lived. Kubdan introduces himself as the king of the leprechauns, which Ethan finds hilarious. He teleports into your home, he's a little person, and you're laughing at him. Do you want to die? Etc., etc. So this little person teleports into your home, clearly dressed like a leprechaun, and you laugh and claim he doesn't exist. Do you want to die?
That's kind of like if the Easter Bunny, hopped straight into your living room and you're like, Easter Bunny's not real. Meanwhile, the giant 9-foot bunny with giant teeth is staring you down. I don't care if you thought it was real before. If the thing's staring you in the face and could potentially murder that face, probably don't talk shit.
And then cut to the killer bunny from Monty Python.
Yes. Anyway, you could use the trackpad.
The leprechaun tells Ethan that all of his coins had been stolen and scattered all over Earth by a Dr. Coin Dealer. Were they really just out of ideas? Given to him by the Leprechaun, the leprechaun's enemies. We then go to a flashback of the character known as Dr. Coin Dealer, where he's talking about new items to a potential client.
So his name's Dr. Coin Dealer?
Uh-huh.
Was Dr. Plot Convenience taken?
Apparently.
Were there no Bond writers available to name this guy? Then again, Bond writers gave us Pussy Galore. No, I guess that's who they got.
He continues looking at his artifacts as Kubdan emerges, demanding his pot of gold. He acts like he has no idea what he's talking about, and after a little fear, Dr. Coin Dealer reveals that he has sold each coin around the world. He then gives Kubdan the information on each person who bought a coin from him. So much for customer protection!
The leprechaun is furious that the coins have been scattered, so as a punishment, Coin Dealer is then slowly turned into money as he laughs away home.
You know, this would be funnier if he actually got turned into coins instead of money, since his name is Coin Dealer. But I guess that's too subtle.
All of the opportunities that weren't there that you took. And you didn't take the one that was staring you in the face.
In the present, Ethan does not want to believe a word that the leprechaun has to say, but before he can get a word in, he tells Ethan that they are not alone, ending the first issue. This comic sucks. From the art being terrible and, looking like a 5-year-old drew it, to the plot being just trash. And one thing I know, it is based off of a comedy horror franchise, but even then, the first couple of films were actually written well until they started going into, space. Anyway, but these comics are terrible. They're worth a laugh and they're worth a look at, but other than that, I wouldn't recommend them.
I mean, I have another suggested use. Find a black and white copy with no color. If your kids are bugging the shit out of you around St. Patrick's Day, cracked out Killer Leprechaun coloring book. Have fun, little Timmy.
Why are they Timmy?
Why not?
Anyway, thank you for joining me on this St. Patrick's Day. I'm your superhero critic, and I'll stay super so long as you stay awesome.
And I'm the superhero critic's long-suffering girlfriend.
Okay, that's fine.
I figured that was better than singing the actual words.
I was not expecting that, and I am keeping this blooper in.